everyone. We're here with Ryan Kelley. He's running to become your next governor and go head-to-head with Governor Whitmer and her executive order. Ryan, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thanks for coming here today. I appreciate the time. My name is Ryan Kelley, candidate for Michigan Governor in 2022. I'm a husband, I'm a father of 5 kids, I'm a businessman here in West Michigan. I'm a patriot that is stepping up to make sure that our state becomes a more prosperous state and we can embrace America here in the Great Lakes state. Freedom, hope, love, and prosperity is our future. As me as Michigan's 50th governor, I'm very excited for the next couple of years, and then after that, we're going to have a lot of fun as well.
So Ryan, we're a group that loves guns. So, you love guns?
Absolutely.
Okay, all right. So, tell us what your favorite gun is.
What my favorite gun is? I'm going to have to say that my favorite is my .40 caliber Smith & Wesson, my handgun. That's probably my favorite one, followed up by AR-15. Those are a lot of fun to shoot.
Very nice, very nice. Are you a CPL holder?
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. Are you a member of the NRA?
I am.
Oh, excellent. Okay. So tell us a little bit about this latest and greatest gun law that's got pretty much every conservative freaked out, the H.R. 127. What do you think about that?
Interesting to see how the left continues their narrative with firearms and infringements on the Second Amendment when the wording in the Second Amendment says shall not be infringed. They continue to create a narrative where they want to, whether it's classify guns in a certain category without even the actual definitions, like the word assault rifle. The word assault does not, it's an action, and so it's not a description of an object. So you can assault somebody with a rock, for example, right? But I don't hear any terminology of assault rocks anywhere, right? You think that those might be big boulders out in Colorado or something like that, an assault rock. So it's just a way for the left to continue their narrative to try to want to limit the Second Amendment of our Constitution. And there's a lot of people like myself and like you guys that are standing up for our Constitution, and that's all of the amendments, not just one particular amendment. And so I believe that this new law that the Biden administration is going to aim to get pushed through will not hold ground. I don't think it's going to have teeth, and it's not going to get passed through. There's too many good people out there that will stand up against it. I know Biden has already mentioned that he might try to enforce whatever he comes up with through executive order. I don't think that's going to fly either. And it's interesting that we see in 2020 there was a massive first-time gun owners percentage of gun sales, and I ask myself, were a lot of those people maybe somebody that was previously maybe not for or against firearms, but now they're buying them for self-defense. So and is that a lot of the Democrat base is maybe reaching out to get firearms for self-defense? And so, we're going to see them probably making a lot of their own base mad as well by trying to push in certain laws like this. It's just some trying to, with Donald Trump, promises made, promises kept. I think Biden's trying to, pull this as one of those, right? He said he was going to go after the NRA, so he's trying to do that. I don't think it's going to have longevity to it. I really don't. And on top of that, Biden has already destroyed so many other promises that he's made, and so this will be another one that falls by the wayside, I believe, as well. We need to continue to uphold our United States Constitution and our state constitution for Michigan, and that is with the Second Amendment that our rights shall not be infringed. And so we just need to keep talking about it. We need to just make sure that we don't let up on our side here as lawful citizens to make sure that our constitutional rights are protected, including our Second Amendment.
Well, let's talk about that. There has been an influx, a huge influx of new gun purchasers, and it's not stopping. It started out where, because of the COVID pandemic, that there was a shortage in getting primers, so that we couldn't get our firearms and our ammo. But what do you think about that? I mean, we're now almost a year later, and we're still having trouble getting ammo. Do you think this is something that the government is actually in the middle of, or not?
Any answer I give would be an opinion, right? Because I don't know the real factual answer on whether or not they are or not. I do know that there's lots of regulations that come from the government, so it would be interesting to find out factually whether or not they're limiting ammunition manufacturing, or if they have some sort of additional regulation, stipulation, some sort of tax that was added on that's not being made publicly aware. But I don't know the answer to that question. But if they are, that should be removed so that we can have the opportunity to create ammunition that is, once again, inexpensive for people to purchase, because ammunition prices have gone up substantially over the last year. You look at the prices of even 9mm bullets right now, and they are very high in comparison to what they were just even a couple of years ago. So, one thing I would like to maybe see here in the state of Michigan is, what does it look like for us to create an environment that would be friendly for these ammunition companies to move their facilities to Michigan, and maybe revitalize some areas in Detroit to turn some of these old buildings or these old factories back into maybe some ammunition creating plants. And somebody asked me this question yesterday too. They said, what does a better Michigan look like to me?
Yeah.
Right? So here we are, a little bit off topic or whatever, but maybe some of this is good. But a better Michigan to me looks like the government creating an environment for prosperity, right? The government doesn't need to be here to regulate everything, but I am going to create the environment where people can create jobs, because jobs are created in the environmental, in entrepreneurial sector,
Sure.
okay? And so you create the environment for people to move their companies to, for them to start small businesses. What does it look like to provide tax cuts to small business owners versus big business owners, right? Oh, we're going to move you in, you don't have property taxes, give you all these tax benefits or whatever. What does that look like to extend that to even the small business owners? Okay, and it creates an environment where people can be prosperous and thrive. So
normally, when I interview somebody, I ask them, what have you done to support the Second Amendment? Okay, but in your case, there's literally probably hundreds of hours of video that shows how you support it. So if you could just give us a small recap of different ways that you support the Second Amendment.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm a CPL holder, number one. I lawfully own firearms, and I've involved a lot of people with firearms that have lawfully been at several of the rallies and events that we have done. We've encouraged people to exercise their Second Amendment at multiple places around the state. And yeah, I mean, you can play some of the videos, look up some articles on me and stuff like that. I've been a very big supporter. I've given some different live speeches on the steps of the Capitol, open carrying. I believe it is our right here in Michigan and the United States of America to exercise our Second Amendment lawfully, and I've encouraged that from many people beyond just myself.
Okay. And then as far as political alignment is concerned, from the left, they look at all the Republicans the same, of course, right? But from your point of view, how would you consider what kind of Republican would you consider?
I'm a Republican that looks at the conservative values and holds those as principles that I operate by. We see so many people in the Republican Party here in the state and nationally that I feel, and many do as well, that they might have let us down as those that are conservatives that want our values to be upheld. I look at myself as an American patriot. I look at myself as an American before I look at myself as a Republican or even a conservative. I value the Constitution of the United States of America. I value the Michigan Constitution. I value freedom, hope, love, and prosperity. I want to see us embrace America. So the kind of Republican that I am is the kind of Republican that is emerging all over the state and all over the country. There's been an energy that is created in this country over the last several years that is very much in alignment with the spirit of the American foundation, the spirit of America and the fabric of freedom and liberty. That's the kind of Republican I am. I'm the kind of Republican that looks at the Declaration of Independence and looks at the Constitution and says that is the document that needs to be upheld for every American citizen and every person across Michigan. That's why I'm stepping up to run as governor in 2022, because our republic means so much to me and to the future of my children and everyone else's children that loves this country, American patriots will stand up and protect the freedoms for the next generation.